Hi guys, how is everybody doing today? I am doing great because I am out of the studio, I'm out of the house, out of the office, and I'm here in the Walmart parking lot. I don't have any glitter and glue on me. I do have this bandage because I have a little bit of carpal tunnel going on. Is it called a bandage? I think it's a brace. I think it's from all the crafting and the typing and all of the editing and things that I do. So this is feeling much better though. I'm here today because I want to check out the fabric department. I'm going to bring you along with me. There's been so many changes in our industry as far as fabrics go with the closing of Joann's, which is a big boohoo for me. That was my very first job besides babysitting. I worked there for 5 years. I started when I was a teenager. So that was kind of a gut punch when they closed. Yeah, that stunk. So now I'm curious, like what's going on with the other retailers. Michael's has started carrying more and more fabrics. So that's pretty cool. I'm excited about that. And I did a short on that not too long ago. But let's see what Walmart's going on, what's happening here. So one of the things when I was a kid, I started sewing when I was 8. And I used to come here as a kid and get fabric cut from the cutting counter. But I've heard conflicting reports online that a lot of people are saying the cutting counters are gone for them. Some people are saying it's expanded. I'm really curious how many Walmarts have a craft and fabric department. So when I get home, I'm going to research that and share with you what I find out. Wouldn't it be great if Walmart could give us a link to like all the stores that have that department? So if I can't find it online, I'm going to call corporate and say, tell me where all the fabric stores are. I want to share that information with you. But for now, let's head on into the store and see what is going on. I'm so curious. Now, this is a bigger store, I think. It's not a super store, but it is a pretty big store for Burbank. It's our only Walmart in this area. The other one is a little bit further away in Panorama City. And then we have one in Duarte, which is quite a trek. I used to go to that one. It's like 40 minutes to get out there. But now we have one in sunny Burbank, and it's a gorgeous day here today. So let's go in and see what's going on in the fabrics. Come on. Let's go.
So my Walmart had about 2 rows of fabric and sewing supplies, including notions. And you can see here that most of the fabric is pre-cut. 1 yard, 2 yards, and 4 yards for basics. We did have a cutting counter and a small selection of fabric by the yard, mostly specialty fabrics. I was happy to see all of these interfacings and linings and muslin, and of course our quilting batting by the yard. Pretty cool. They also had it packaged, and they had lots of pillow stuffing and pillow forms. So for people who sew for home decor and make quilts, this was really pleasant to see. A large selection there. All right, let's take a look at those characters. Of course, we have Nightmare Before Christmas, my favorite Hello Kitty. Look at that great purple background. Most of these are 1 yard cuts here, and a price around $8 for the yard. We've got Coco, I think that's Coco at least. Spider-Man, I've been doing a lot of Spider-Man projects, so that's gonna come home with me. Batman, tons of superheroes, just tons. And these were the 1 yard cuts. Marvel, of course, that's a really fun all over print. Lilo and Stitch, Harry Potter, several different Harry Potters, and lots of Star Wars, but I love that one. Justice League, of course, Frozen, little Olaf, and a large selection of Disney princesses as well. I love seeing the Ninja Turtles, such a throwback for me. This is a fat quarter pack. You're gonna get 5 different prints. This is Super Mario. There's Hello Kitty. Fat quarters are about 18 by 18 inches or 18 by 21. I loved this one. This is the Disney villains. So cool. And of course, traditional Disney as well. They also had these in lots of different prints for home decor. I really love this fun kind of Vegas playing card set. That could be really fun for some fashion crafts. And I love these bees and these kind of honeycomb prints. I think that would be really cute for some kitchen crafts. All right, let's move on and take a look at this little section. This is the fat quarter section. So you can see they've got fat quarter bundles at the bottom, and those are all around $8. And then they have really reasonably priced fat quarters. Here you can see there's some character ones. Bluey, I wish I had that for Sophia's birthday party. We did a Bluey theme, but they've got seasonal fat quarters as well. So those are all around $2. Really cute prints. small because they're only fat quarters. And then here we have our 2-yard cuts of basics, some basic prints. You're not going to find your licensed pieces here, just basic colors. They also had a pretty good selection of fleece. These are all bundled up, kind of ready to go as far as like those knotted blankets type things. So they also have a large selection of specialty kind of dressier fabrics in 2 and 3-yard cuts. They've got a ton of tulle and organza. You can see some metallics there and some faux sequin metallics. A lot of cool fabrics for costumes or cosplay, even some crushed velvets and satins. This is not going to be super high-end fabric. You're getting 2 yards for about $8, but it is great fabric. I love this iridescent organza, really pretty. I could see lots of different uses for that. And they've got a ton of tulle that can be cut into lots of different strips. Okay, we've got pre-cut quilting and home decor fabrics. I love this Waverly print. Most of these are coming in at under $6. And you can see there's a wide variety of colors and prints, and some licensed ones here like this Better Homes and Gardens. Really pretty stuff.
Okay guys, it's not bad. I see room for improvement and I see some empty spots, but there is definitely some cute fabrics and some cute character fabrics. So if that's your thing, this is a good place to go. If you're looking for dress material, maybe not the place.
They have a large selection of thread and notions. I was pleasantly surprised at how many zippers and bias tapes and hem tapes and things like that that they had on hand. Full color selection. They had a lot of fantastic scissors, lots of different brands, but all really great scissors. Of course, we've got our classic Rit dye there. There was other fabric dye over in the craft section, but this was stationed over here in the sewing area. Some different cutting tools from Fiskars. I think some of this was pretty picked over when I went over, probably from the holiday sewing. I'm thinking Santa might have shopped here for stocking stuffers as well, but they did have a full variety of sewing notions, including all of your different tapes and even some of your different fabric sprays and sedatives and stiffening. Well, I am back home from my adventures at Walmart. I'm pretty happy with a few of the character fabrics that I picked up. And like I said at the store, if you're looking for really high quality dress fabrics and things like that, Walmart's not necessarily the place to go for that. But as far as the character stuff and your everyday basics, really great stuff. I wish there was a bigger cutting counter, but I was glad to see that our cutting counter was still there. I did not see patterns, and I did call and research. It took a few different let's say calls to figure out the number, but it turns out it's 2,700 Walmarts in the United States have the fabric department. So I think that's pretty cool. That's a whole lot of fabric out there. So drop a comment and let me know what your fabric looks like at your Walmart. And maybe if they hear us roar, they will know that people want more fabric. All right, thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll be back here soon with another fun video to share with you. And until then, have a super crafty week. Bye.